Hey and welcome to our video. So this is going to be a classic yoga habit 101 flow. So with that being said, we're going to get started. It's just going to have something for everybody and a really nice hour-long session. So when you're ready, come and join me on the mat. We're going to start lying down today. My favourite position, Savasana. Feet are going to be hip width distance apart. We're going to take a breath. Wonderful. And I'd just like you to continue with this slow breath. You might want to begin to close the eyes. Hands can be relaxed by the sides, on the belly, whatever feels right. Breathe nice and deeply into the belly. And then as you exhale, really draw navel to spine. Our intention for today's practice is just to dedicate it to ourselves. We all live such busy lives, so it's so important that we take this time now just to breathe. It's amazing that we've showed up to the mat today for ourselves, and it's important that we take this time to reconnect. And they say in yoga, the more that we give to ourselves, the best we are at giving to others, which I think is really true. If you have a different intention for today, then please use your own intention if you do. Often it's just quite nice to dedicate the practice to yourself. You might notice that your body is starting to feel tired, heavy, relaxed. You know that yawn always happens when I come to this position. Even when I can't sleep or I'm struggling to sleep at night, I always find that this position I instantly feel relaxed. Wonderful. We're going to start the session with some pranayama. We're going to do our humming bee breath, which is, don't put your thumbs in your ears yet, but basically we put our thumbs in our ears, we cover the fingers over our eyes and we hum. So I'll demonstrate this now. You don't even have to look at me because all I'll be doing is popping my thumbs into my ears and covering the fingers over my eyes. I'm going to take a nice deep inhale and then I'm going to hum. Just going to give you a moment to try that for yourself. It might feel quite strange to begin with. If you don't quite fancy practicing that pranayama, please feel free just to follow the breath. It's a really good cleanser. Just allows the mind to remain focused and present. Perfect. When you're ready, take a breath. And then on your next inhale, you're going to take the left arm across the body and take a right angle with the right arm and just press it towards you, similar if you were sitting up. So just stretching out the shoulder, the tricep, bicep. Oh, it's the tricep, I think. Breathe nice and deeply. Perfect. And then very slowly just changing sides. You might hear some pops and clicks. I definitely heard a couple of pops and clicks then. 2 more breaths. In some poses we tend to hold them for 5 to 10 breaths. Really to get the best out of the postures. And then just give yourself a little hug. So maybe grabbing hold of the shoulders, moving the elbows up towards the face. Take a breath and inhale and an exhale. Wonderful. Relax the hands by the side now with palms facing down. Take a breath soles of the feet onto the floor. Hands are now going to come onto the ribs. Wonderful. Inhale, knees as centre. As you exhale, come onto the sides of the feet. And you're just moving the knees from side to side. So inhale to centre. Exhale, change sides. You can flow with your own rhythm, your own breath, whatever feels right. Just a really nice little strength and mobility for the back. Take one last breath on each side. Then when you're ready, take the knees level. We're going to pop the soles of the feet together now, and the knees are going to drop to the side. This is reclined bound angle. Really feel the hips opening up. The further away that the feet are from you, slightly easier the stretch, and the closer to you, the deeper the stretch. So find what you want to gain from the session today. Whether you want to put in a little bit of effort or a bit of ease. And breathe nice and deeply. Two more breaths here. And last breath, inhale. Exhale, draw the knees together, take them to the chest. Wrap the arms round the knees and gently rock from side to side. This is called Apanasana. Inhale nice and deeply. Exhale, release. And if you like, you can take the nose towards the knees and almost grab hold onto the ankles or the base of the feet. So you're tucking it into a nice tight ball. 2 breaths if you are in a ball, rocking side to side. Wonderful. Next we're going to come into Happy Baby. So take the soles of the feet to the sky. You're going to draw the elbows on the inside of the body and either grab onto the ankles or the little toe side of the feet. Happy Baby. So really work towards taking those hips out and up towards the armpits, the shoulders, and you'll really feel the hips open in there. Breathe nice and evenly. Last breath, Happy Baby. And then as you exhale, take the knees down, soles of the feet to the floor. Straighten the legs. Raise the arms above the head, point the toes. And stretch. And when you're ready, very gently rolling onto your side, facing me. So you can sit up nice and tall. Cross legs, legs out in front, whatever feels right. Just taking a moment now. Wonderful, nice and deep on the inhale. And exhale. Inhale, just going to lift the shoulders up, back and down. And then changing directions. Perfect. Popping the hands to the side, and we're going to shift the body so that we can come onto all fours in our tabletop position. So nice and strong. Take a breath in table. We're going to tuck the toes under, so we're giving our feet a nice stretch. We're going to inhale to lift the head, coming into our cow pose. As we exhale, push through the hands, draw navel to spine, coming into cat pose. Wonderful. As we inhale to lift. Exhale to curl. Last round as we lift. And as we curl. And take the body level again. Relax the toes this time. Coming in to thread the needle. We'll start with the left hand side first. So we're going to inhale to take the left hand off. Inhale, we take the gaze upwards as the arm comes up. Wonderful. As we exhale, threading the arm through the gap, take that twist. Perfect. As we lift. And as we twist. 2 more. Last round as we lift. And as we twist, we're going to lift again. But this time we're going to thread the arm all the way through and lower down onto the shoulder and the side of the face and the ear of the left hand side. The right hand comes almost in front of the face. We're going to inhale to lift. This is level 1, so feeling the nice stretch. If you want to take it to level 2, take a bend in the arm and just pop the hand either on the thigh, on the side of the back, just to open up that shoulder. Breathe nice and evenly. Wonderful. 3 more breaths. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Wonderful. When you're ready, if the arm's behind, lifting it up, placing it in front of the face, using that strength in the right hand to push your arm back through, to lift back up. Exhale, take the hand back down, back to our cat-cow, so tuck the toes under as we inhale to lift. Cow pose, exhale, push through the hands, tuck the chin in, let the head hang. Perfect, as we lift. And as we curl. Last round. And exhale. In cat pose, and when you're ready, change your inside, so relax the feet, take a breath in table. We're going to inhale to lift, right arm into the air, nice extension. Exhale, thread the arm through. As we inhale to lift. Exhale to thread. As we lift. And thread. Perfect. Last round as we lift. And thread, and then on the next round we're going to lift, take the arm through, shoulder, ear, level 1 with the arm up and level 2 with it behind. So find what works. Staying here for 5 breaths, so find your focus. Wonderful. Last breath, inhale and exhale. When you're ready, lifting the arm up, popping it in front of the face so that we can thread all the way back through and up. Come back to table and tuck the toes under. We're going to walk the bottom towards the heels and just give them a little bit of a massage into the balls of the feet. Wonderful. Take a breath, inhale. And your exhale. Very slowly going to come up onto the knees, toes are still tucked. Inhale, arms come parallel, relax the shoulders back and down. As you exhale, a nice circle with the arms and pop the hands on the small of the back. We're going to take a very slight back bend here. Draw the elbows towards the ground. Really open and expand into the chest and maybe even take the gaze upwards. If you've got quite a lot of flexibility in your back, you can come all the way down onto your heels, or you can place the block in between the gap in your legs and use that as a support to pop your hands on. So whichever camel pose works for you, take a last breath here, and then as you exhale, straightening up nice and slowly, protect your back. We're going to lower down. Take the knees together, relax the feet, bottom's going to come back towards the heels, coming into our first child's pose of the session. So reach the arms out in front, or head can rest on hands. We're staying here for 10 breaths before we find our flow, our sun salutation, and getting nice and warm. We're using this time to breathe. Feel the belly as it presses onto the thighs. You can come to a child's pose at any point in our flow. If you're feeling like you need a moment to breathe, take a drink, feel free to take a break and come back to it. The great thing about yoga is there's no hard and fast rules, so if at any point you need to take a break, please do take that break and listen to your body. Two more breaths in our child's pose. And last breath, inhale. And your exhale. Wonderful. When you're ready, pushing through the hands, you're going to tuck the toes under, coming into our first downward facing dog, and take that pedal. A nice slow movement, so an inhale to lift, exhale to change. Really push through the hands. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. So really make the conscious effort to roll the shoulders back and down. And the aim is never to get the soles of the feet to the floor. It's just to feel strong in the pose. So breathe nice and deeply. If you've got tight hamstrings, take a bend into the knees. Wonderful. We're going to step, jump, hop, feet towards hands. Back to our forward fold. Wonderful. We're going to grab hold of opposite elbows and gently sway from side to side. Breathe nice and evenly. Keep the knees soft. And then very slowly release the hands and take them in semicircles either side of the feet. Perfect. So you're really feeling glued in the feet, and it's only your torso that's moving. And when you're ready, trail the hands up the back, so you're stacking the spine up, up and up. Relax the shoulders back and down, standing nice and tall. We're going to take a moment to feel grounded in the feet into Dasana. So palms are going to face forward just so that we can surrender for a moment, closing the eyes. And just imagine you're connected to the floor. Breathe deeply into the belly. And exhale, release. Wonderful. We're just going to take a few breaths before we begin our flow. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, taking the arms up, nice and slowly, palms come together, mountain. As you exhale, we're going to hinge forward, bend the knees, coming into our forward fold. As we inhale to lift to create space. Exhale, plant the hands and step back, plank. Inhale, lower the knees and take the bottom back, coming into our child's pose. As we inhale, push through the hands, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog, and take that pedal. We're going to step, jump, hop, feet towards hands, back to our forward fold. As we inhale to lift, all the way up, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. 3 more rounds. As we inhale to lift, mountain. Exhale, hinge forward, bend the knees, forward fold. As we inhale to lift, create space. Exhale, plant the hands and step back, plank. Inhale, lower the knees. Exhale, coming back, child's pose. As we inhale, push through the hands, downward facing dog. Take that pedal. As we step, jump, hop, feet towards hands, coming into our forward fold and take an exhale. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Wonderful. As we lift. Exhale, hinge forwards, forward fold. As we inhale to lift, create space. Exhale, plant the hands and step back, plank. Inhale, lower the knees, come back to a child's pose. As we inhale, push through the hands, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, and pedal those feet. Hamstrings should feel nice and warm now as we step, jump, hop, feet towards hands, coming into our forward fold. As we inhale to lift all the way up, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last round as we inhale to lift. Exhale, hinging forwards, bend the knees, forward fold. As we inhale, lift, create space. Exhale, plant hands and step back, plank. Inhale, lower the knees, relax the toes in your child's pose. Really reach through the hands as the bottom's going back. Push through the hands, downward facing dog. Take that pedal. We're going to step, jump, hop, feet towards hands, coming into our forward fold. As we inhale to lift all the way up, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center, and again, feel grounded in the feet. Keep the eyes soft, maybe even closed. And we're just going to allow the body to slow back down. Inhale nice and deeply into the belly. And exhale, release. Perfect. Last round of breath, an inhale and an exhale. And when you're ready, we're going to take the arms up parallel. Relax the shoulders back and down. And as you exhale, you might want to shimmy the feet so they're hip width distance apart. We're going to take the bottom back, a bend in the knees, coming into a chair pose. Take a breath and inhale and an exhale. Wonderful. Inhale, arms are up. Exhale, lower the arms. Swing them back as we inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Feeling the burn yet? As we inhale to lift. And as we exhale, hinging forwards, we're going to take the hands behind us and we're going to hinge forward and the arms come up. Nice soft knees. 3 breaths. Whether you want to inhale through the nose and out through the nose, or Ujjayi breath, or whether you want to exhale through the mouth, that's up to you. And once you've done your 3 breaths, very slowly release the hands. Pop them either side of the feet. And take a breath and inhale and an exhale. Wonderful. We're going to take the right hand and place it in front of our feet. And we're going to inhale to lift up to the right hand side. So the gaze might even turn upwards as well. So a nice spinal twist here, a forward fold twist. 2 more breaths. Perfect. Last breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower the hand and place it in the place of the other hand and lifting up to the other side. Wonderful. 2 more breaths. And last breath. Really imagine you're that tall line. And as you exhale, just placing the hands either side of the feet into your forward fold. Feel grounded through the hands, plant them into the floor, step back to plank. As we inhale, lower the knees, nice and strong in table, and we're going to place and press into the tops of the feet. Perfect. We're going to test our balance now. So we're going to try a balance by lifting right arm and left leg off. Big toe can still touch, that's level 1, or you can lift both off. And we're going to hold here for 5 breaths, so find what works. Nice and deep on the inhale, feel strong in that base hand and really push through the top part of the foot. Show a nice long line. Wonderful. 2 more breaths. And as you take your last breath, really reach and then lower. Back to our cat-cow. So we're going to inhale to lift. Exhale to curl. Just for a nice stretch so that we can change sides. So when you're ready, come back to table and we're going to lift. Right leg, left arm off, or big toe can touch on the floor. So find what works. Taking your 5 breaths. last breath, inhale. And as you exhale, lowering back down. Take the knees wide to the edges of the mat this time. Big toes touch, bottom comes back, and reach the arms out in front. If it's too much for the shoulders, head can rest on hands, but we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Just to bring the focus back. When you're ready, take your last inhale and your last exhale. Perfect. You're going to push through the hands, come into a downward facing dog. So nice and strong. Take that pedal. We're going to inhale to lift the right leg into the air so that the hips are level in 3-legged dog. Really push through the hands. As you exhale, take the bend in the knee, flop the foot over, so you're getting a nice hip opener here, but the torso is still forward, so breathe nice and evenly. Take the leg long, hips are level, and as you exhale, you're going to take a bend in the knee, draw it through the body, in between the hands, and you want to scoot that foot out of the way and straighten the back leg down. This is pigeon pose, so a lovely hip opener. So we've got level 1 with a nice open chest, level 2 which is on your forearms, or level 3 which is where you want to take your head onto your hands and the elbows out to the side. So find what works. We're going to stay in pigeon pose for 10 breaths roughly. So really find the pose that works for you, whether you're lifted on your forearms or head on hands, or whether you want to shift between a couple of them. If there's any tension, which there might be, we don't get a lot of movement into our hips, this is the perfect time to put the breath there. So put an inhale in and really think on your exhale, let go. If you feel like you need a cushion or a blanket underneath that straight leg just for a little bit of support, that's a really nice idea too, just to give you a little bit more comfort. When you're ready, take your last inhale and your last exhale. Perfect. If you've got your head on your hands or you're lowered, very slowly place in the hands and feel grounded in the hands. Take the gaze upwards. A nice back bend here. You really feel the stretch in the hip flexor of that straight leg. Wonderful. Nice and grounded in the hands. Tuck that back toe under, and we're going to push back to our 3-legged dog, and you'll really feel that stretch in that hip flexor there. Exhale, lower the leg and take a pedal. Going to change sides now. So inhale as we lift. 3-legged dog, nice and strong. Exhale, take the foot over, open up into that hip. Lovely. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, straighten the leg. Draw the knee through the body. Pop it in between the hands and scoot the foot out of the way. Straighten that back leg down. Wonderful. So you've got your level 1, 2 or 3. One side might feel more open than the other. And as you take your next few breaths, find what works. You might have been able to come down onto your forearms on one side, but not the other. And that's absolutely fine. Really deep, breathe deeply into the postures here. If you're noticing any thoughts are wandering into your mind, take an inhale, notice and label the thought. And as you exhale, really let go and think, let go, I'm not going to let that bother me anymore. 2 more breaths, a nice deep inhale and exhale. And last breath, inhale and exhale. Perfect. When you're ready, feel grounded in through the hands, lifting up. Nice open chest, maybe even take a back bend as we tuck that back toe under and push back. 3-legged dog. Oh, feel that stretch. As you exhale, lower the legs down. Take that pedal. We're going to inhale to ripple the whole weight forward back to our plank pose. So you might want to come onto the toes and shift the weight forwards back to plank. Perfect. Inhale, lower the knees. We're going to come down, chin, chest, tummy. Straighten and relax the legs. And we're going to take the forearms to the floor this time. This is our Sphinx pose. So breathe nice and evenly. Ankles and thighs are touching. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths. We're using muscles here that we've not used before. You might notice a few little twinges in your back. It's because we're stretching it in ways it's never been stretched before. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe even spread the fingers, so create a nice base for your body and your forearms. Take 2 more breaths here. And last breath, inhale and exhale. That's wonderful. Very slowly, you're going to move the hands underneath the shoulders and we're going to push up to lift the torso, not the torso, but the upper body off, coming into a baby cobra. So really draw the elbows in and use your strength to lift. Baby cobra. Exhale, nice ripple down. As soon as your chin almost touches, inhale, lift again. Exhale to lower. Last time as we lift and lower. We're going to take the elbows to the side, head's going to rest on hands, big toes touch and feet flop to the sides. And again, taking 10 breaths in reverse Savasana before we come into our next core pose, which is going to be a seal pose, so a nice workout for the abs, our core strength. So take this time just to restore. Maybe you want to reflect on how you feel the session's gone so far and you've known where to put in effort and where to put in a little bit of ease. Not let your ego take over. When something's a little bit tricky or maybe you've had a wobble, two more breaths, so nice deep inhale and your exhale. Wonderful, last breath. Perfect. When you're ready, we're going to take the head so it's facing forward. We're going to take the arms back, and on our next inhale we're going to lift the legs off and arms off. So we're coming into seal pose. We're going to hold this for about 3 breaths, and then when you're ready, take a lower. So we're going to inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, lower back down, but this time take the head to the side and just let the body feel heavy. Stay here for a couple of breaths. We're going to do 2 more rounds of that. And when you're ready, we're lifting again. So take the head forward and lift up. Really use your core strength to lift up. And then once you've done your 3 breaths, lowering down. And last round, take the head forward and lift. Perfect. Put the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to lift up to cobra, so the whole torso is going to come up. Tuck the elbows in, nice and strong. Take a breath, inhale. And from here, we're going to push all the way back, tuck the toes and drive up. Perfect. Take a pedal. We're going to step, jump, hop, feet towards hands, coming into our forward fold. As we inhale to lift all the way up. Mountain, exhale, hands to heart center and turn in to face me. Trying a little bit of balance, so in a tree pose. So whether you want to be on the mat or on a hard surface or carpet, I actually find it easier to step off the mat onto a surface where I'm more connected with the ground and there isn't a mat in between. So we're going to start with the left leg first. We're going to transfer the weight over to the left so that we can pop the big toe onto the floor to begin with. We're just going to limber, so opening up the hips. Hands can be wherever in heart center. I just like it here, add a little bit of movement. Really using the big toe as a hinge. Wonderful. So there's 3 levels to our tree pose. You can pop the foot on the ankle, like how we were, on the calf, or if you fancy a challenge, up on the thigh. And hands can be heart center, above the head, or apart. So this is going to be your easiest balance. And what I want you to do, just take a moment now to find what works, whether it's here, here, or up. Find what works as long as you're not balancing on your knee. And we're going to find that position, find something to focus on. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. So really concentrate on relaxing the shoulders away from the ears if your arms are in the air. Nice open and proud chest. And find something to focus on. Perfect. And just remember, one side is going to feel a lot more wobbly than the other, but we're working on strengthening those standing legs. So you might come back to a tree pose a little bit later on in your subscription and think, oh, I couldn't do that originally, and now you can do it. I'll shut up now so that we can concentrate. Last breath, inhale, exhale to lower. You're going to change sides now. So transfer the weight and just limber in that hip so it's nice and open. Breathe throughout this. Don't forget to breathe and smile. Then finding that position again on the other side. It might be you feel like you're stronger on this side. You might want to take it to a next level, or whether you want to take it a step back. Find what works. 5 breaths. Then once you've done your 5, lower down, just give the legs a little bit of a shake. Come back onto the mat if you're not on there already. We're going to take the legs wide, hip with wrist width distance apart. Just give the hips a little bit of a shake. Inhale, take the palms up, take the gaze up, and as you exhale, hinge forwards. Nice flat back, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Breathe nice and deeply. This is a perfect place to use your block. Wonderful. 3 more breaths. And last breath, inhale. And as you exhale, shimmy the feet so they're almost a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. And take the feet out to the side. We're next going to bend the knees and drop the pelvis down so that the elbows are almost hooking onto the knees. Palms come together. This is a low yogi squat. Now, if this is too much, pop the block underneath your bottom so it's giving you a little bit of height. Wonderful. Take 2 more breaths here. And last breath and lower all the way down. If you've got a block, move it out of the way. Taking the legs wide, making sure that you're sitting tall always, so pulling from the crown of the head. Inhale, and as you exhale, we're gradually just going to walk the hands forwards. Take a breath and exhale, walk them forwards. With every exhale is when we fold. So inhale to feel strong, maybe even open up the chest. Exhale, walking forward. And once you've found that spot where you think, yeah, I'm good here, let the head hang and put the breath in the areas where you're feeling the stretch. I'm feeling it in my hamstrings at the moment. Breathe nice and deeply. Three more breaths. And last breath, inhale. And exhale, wonderful. And then very slowly now, give the toes a little bit of a wiggle. Walk the hands. Sit in tall. Right leg's going to come towards the thigh of the left. I'm going to take the torso over that straight leg. Exhale, walk the hands down. Wonderful. Once you've found that place that works, you might even want to use a strap here. You can wrap it around the back of the foot and really keep your back straight so you can hinge forwards. You might be able to grab onto the feet or the toes, but that's not the aim. Letting the head hang, really feel that stretch in the side body. Wonderful. Last breath here, inhale, and your exhale, and then very slowly walk the hands up the leg, sit in tall again. Left hand is going to slide down that left leg. We're going to inhale to lift up to the right hand side. If your hand is almost at your feet, take the two peace fingers and take a yogi lock, which is around the big toe, just so that you can really create a nice line. If you're not quite there, that is absolutely fine. You can even grab onto the ankle, wherever you are, just making sure you've got a nice base to begin with. Wonderful. 3 more breaths. And as you take your last inhale, really reach. And as we exhale, we're going to take that top arm behind us. So there's a nice prop. And we're going to circle with the arm up and lift onto the knee and flatten the foot. So we're going to inhale, nice circle. Really reach. Staying here for 5 breaths. So a really nice back bend, chest opener. And when you're ready, a nice circle with that top arm so that we can come back to our initial position with torso over the straight leg, and really feel that stretch now. You'll notice it more. Perfect. Very slowly walk the hands back up, and we're going to change sides. So straighten in the other leg, draw in the left leg towards the right, taking the torso over the straight leg and walking the hands down. Wonderful. One side it will definitely feel more open than the other. It's really important that we stretch our side bodies as well. It's also another back protector, so if you're noticing that you've got a bad back, it's another really good thing to try stretching out your side body too. Perfect. 2 more breaths here. Nice and deep on the inhale and your exhale. And then when you're ready, walking hands up. Right hand sliding down. Take that yogi lock if you can get there. No worries if you can't. There's always an alternative. And taking that lift. 5 breaths. You may even want to soften into the eyes just to find that focus. Don't fall too far forward or too far back. So just nice and level, nice and open. And then when you're ready, top arm comes back as our prop, and we lift with a nice circle with the arms. Two more breaths. And last breath, inhale. As we exhale, nice circle with the arms. We're going to straighten the legs out in front of us. Before we come to lying down again, coming into our last pose, which is half Lord of the Fishes. So sitting nice and tall, relax the shoulders back and down. We're going to bring the right knee towards us, sole of the feet on the floor. This is level 1. Level 2, you can step the foot over the thigh for a deeper stretch. We're going to grab hold with the left arm and prop the right arm behind us. And that straight leg has got the toe flex towards the sky. You want to inhale to lift, exhale, feel that twist, and maybe even take the gaze towards the shoulder. Soften into the eyes if you can. We're staying here for 5 breaths. And then once you've taken your last inhale, use then that exhale to twist round. Have you noticed how we're gradually slowing down? Your body might have already slowed down quite a bit. So you've got your level 1 towards you, or on the other side, stepping the foot over, level 2, grab hold with the right arm and take that twist. This is one of my favourite poses. Just really feel that twist in the back. We've got 2 more breaths left. Last breath, sitting tall, and then as you exhale, take the torso forward and straighten the leg. And very slowly, we're going to lower all the way down, straighten the legs, raise the arms above the head, and just take a nice stretch. Point the toes, and then as you exhale, bring the knees back to the chest, like we did in the beginning in Apanasana. And gently rock from side to side. Wonderful. We're going to release the right leg down so it's straight. The other leg is still towards the chest. We're going to exhale to take a spinal twist. So the left hand is going to come out to the side, palms facing down. We're going to draw the knee over, coming into that twist. The other hand can come out, but both palms have to be facing down. If you notice that there's tension in your shoulders, that's when you need to draw the hands further down, and both shoulders should be attached to the floor. So if you're taking a twist and you're finding that your shoulder's lifting off, just pop the big toe onto the floor. Wonderful. 3 more breaths here. And last breath, inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, draw the knee back to the chest first before you lower it down to change sides. So drawing right knee towards you. And then exhale, take that twist over. Remember, keep the shoulder blades onto the floor. Three more breaths. Last breath, inhale, and then as you exhale, release the legs, coming into Savasana. So relax the feet. Palms can be however, you might have the arms in a cactus, by the sides, on the ribs, whatever feels right. Breathe deeply. It might be an inhale for 3 and an exhale for 3. Notice how when something's silent, your mind begins to wander, but we're taking this time now to take an inhale and exhale, let go. Start at the feet, relax the toes, take an inhale, exhale, let go. Moving up to the knees, the thighs, take an inhale, exhale, letting go. You should feel nice and heavy now. We've really worked our bodies today. Take a deep inhale And then as you exhale, release. Feel heavy, moving up the spine to the shoulders, and inhale. Exhale, let go. And then moving up to the jaw, face, eyes. Relax or close the eyes. The jaw, relax the jaw. And now it's time to relax the mind. So I just like you to think that you've got a white ball of light at the crown of your head. And this is your crown chakra. As you inhale, you notice this bright light. And as you exhale, you feel that ball of light as it travels all the way round the body to the feet and back up again, back to its original place. And once this has happened, I'd just like you to relax into the feeling that it gave you. Maybe it made you feel warm. Maybe it made you feel cold. Maybe you don't feel any different at all, and they're all absolutely fine. Just take the time to breathe and find this moment of calm for you. Gradually, we're just going to awaken our physical bodies. So move the head from side to side. A little wiggle to the toes and the fingers. And when you're ready, take your time now. Slowly roll on to your side. Sitting yourself up to face me. Making sure you're sitting tall. Still keep the eyes closed, just so that your body can still have that relaxed sensation. Breathe nice and deeply. Finishing the session with some pranayama. We're going to inhale and hold the breath for a count of 4 ohms, which I'll count for you, and then exhale to release. I'm going to do that for 3 times. So when you're ready, inhale nice and deeply and hold for on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, and exhale. Perfect. Just breathe normally. And then when you're ready, inhaling deeply and hold for on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, and exhale. Take a natural breath. Last round. And hold for on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Wonderful. Just breathe normally again. And hopefully this session has made you feel a little bit calmer and helps you to understand a basic yoga flow, a yoga class. And that's why the yoga habit was created, to allow you to have a safe place to practice yoga without fear of judgment, to work on your own journey of growth, kindness, compassion, gratitude. So when you're ready, just bring hands to heart center, dip the head. Cast your mind back to the intention for today. Just notice what that was to yourself. Wonderful. When you're ready, slowly blinking the eyes. Just say a little thank you to yourself for the practice today. Lifting the head, making sure that you're sitting tall. And relax. So that was our yoga habit, classic yoga flow. And obviously you can always come back to this video if you're needing a little bit of downtime, a little bit of inspiration. vibration. So I hope you enjoyed the video, our 60-minute flow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!